Hola, buenos días. Hola, buenos días from los calles de Roma Norte in la Ciudad de Mexico. I have returned to Mexico. I'm on my way, though. I'm not here. I'm just here temporarily as I'm waiting temporarily. I'm waiting for my plane, right? So I am here in Mexico. Today is a huge holiday. It is the Mexican Independencia. Viva Mexico! So literally everything is closed today except this cafe. And literally every person is stopping in here going, can I get something to eat? And they're saying no. The cooks have not shown up. We don't know when they're showing up. You can get a latte, but that's about it. So I am in huge luck. Viva Mexico! Yeah, I thought it was going to be a little tricky out there. I was going to get on a bike. There's a bike dock right here, and I was going to get on a bike and like search around, look for cafes, but luckily I found this one because it is going to be quite scarce today. So yeah, I am on my way to Paris. Woohoo! I'm on my way to Paris. And before I do that, I'm teaching my class here in Mexico City. And so I'm in the streets to do a little continuous line warm-up with you all, because I find that if we do this together, if I constantly remind you and remind myself, it helps me. And honestly, that's what I'm here for. I am here to help me. Well, that's not entirely true. I'm all about a community effort as well. But I need, I'm in the game too. I need to remind myself about these continuous line warm-ups, because honestly, I've heard people have said to me, oh my God, I love it, but I never remember to do it. I'm like, I know, I totally get it, because it took me like 6 months. Oh my God, there's the cutest dog in the world coming by. I wonder if you can see him. Here he comes. Oh, you can't see him. Bummer. I'm right here at the David in Roma Norte. So it's high dog traffic right here. This is Bottega. I always think it's going to be like some Italian shoe store, but it's actually a very cute little cafe. And usually it's mobbed with the beautiful people, but it being a holiday, Independencia, Viva Mexico, everyone is sleeping in today. No one has to work. Some of us are working, but it's a big holiday. This is like a huge holiday. This is like the granddaddy of them all, I feel like. Having lived in Mexico for a few years, I take note each year. It seems to be like, this is serious stuff. This Independencia, they are not messing around here. They take it very seriously. There's a lot of people who are out there fighting for the democracy, because here in Mexico, just like in the United States, democracy is on the chopping block, and there's a lot of people here in Mexico. It seems to me people are not afraid to demonstrate, and I'm sure there's backlash to that because it's Mexico and there's all kinds of things happening. I mean, it's a good country. It's a lovely, I love it. I love living here, but some things are, like even as a gringo here, I shouldn't be discussing politics at all, right? And I'm not, except I'm just commenting on, they're taking their democracy very seriously. And even I took the bus in from San Miguel yesterday, literally no traffic all the way in. It was so nice because everyone was at their fiesta or, one thing that really always has surprised me about Mexico City, having lived here, as I said, is how much of a family centric people they are. And that's not to say they're all the same, but at all. But like on the big holidays, the people gather with their family. Like, I'm from Chicago, and it was like on the 4th of July, even Christmas, New Year's, that's different. People are out, right? Like people are out with their friends, people are going out and bars are open. Not here, man. Everything's shuttered. Like I arrived here at 5 o'clock, and I was just barely able to get a bowl of soup, for which I was grateful. But really, everything closes down. So, and families gather. They really, really, really do. I mean, Christmas Day, it's like tumbleweeds going by, right? So, what was my point here? Oh yeah, it's serious business, this Mexican independencia thing, right? And I'm grateful to, this is my second year I have residency here in Mexico. Next year I'll be able to get my permanente. And while I don't know the future of where I'm going to be living and how I'm going to be living, I will always value, cherish, and hold dear to my heart my Mexican residency, because honestly, as an American, I would much rather live here than live there. I mean, I want to live there. I want to go there. I want to visit. I want to do things there. But cost of living and all that, oh my God, I don't, I did a lot of comparing. I was trying to get up there. And of course, I was looking at San Francisco, like one of the most expensive places in the world. I was looking at other places too. What's under my, do I have a P in my, wait a minute here, let me put this down a little bit so you can all see, because hopefully you're doing some drawing too, right? Because like, I'm not just doing this for my entertainment, I'm doing it for your entertainment as well. And you know what I did? Here I packed for this big European adventure, and I did not bring one ballpoint pen. I mean, yes, I can get ballpoint pens, but I literally have 8,000 ballpoint pens in my house, and I didn't bring one. Not one. So I'm using my fancy Elaine Bowie Uniball, which, it's not a cheap pen. It's not the most expensive, but it's a really nice pen. And the reason why I don't like using them for my continuous line warm-ups is it's so suave. It moves so fast, it actually gets ahead of me, right? I mean, it does a really nice job. Look at those beautiful lines. Beautiful lines. This is the vitamins for your drawing practice. And this is Mama's vitamins for the morning. I love Mexico, and I love anywhere in the morning, right? When things are like waking up, the sweeping of the streets, the doors going up, the tables being set up. I mean, here in Mexico City, life is lived out in the streets, and I love it, right? Even San Miguel doesn't have this kind of like living life in the streets, because everything's in a courtyard or on a roof or an interior courtyard, because I'm sure if you know anything about San Miguel, there's this whole thing about the doors of San Miguel, right? Like you have to go through all these doors to get into things. Good news, bad news, you have to go through a door to get through things. But here in Mexico City, cafes, food stands, bars? No. I mean, there's a lot of stuff outside. Having moved here during the pandemic days, I really appreciated that, because at the time I had my 2 dogs, and all the cafes are out in the street. They're out in the street, right? So you don't have to go inside and breathe other people's germs. And, so this is one of the reasons why I love Mexico City. Now, I love my apartment in San Miguel. I love where I'm all set up. So I love my inner life in San Miguel, not so much the outer life, because I don't really jive with San Miguel anymore. That's all right. It's a good place to call home for now, especially in this chaotic election year. My goodness, could things be any more bizarre and sad, right? Sad. Really sad. I'm happy to avoid the United States for the remainder of this year, but I'll be back next year in 2025 when Kamala is president and Donald Trump is in jail or in the ground. I don't know. Something's got to give with that guy. I just don't think he's well, and something's got to give, right? For his sanity and ours, because it's just really, it's off the charts what's going on. I mean, does anyone believe in assassination attempt? No one even flinched. My God, who cares? The children get slaughtered, but not him. AR-15s. Why do they keep missing him and they don't miss the kids? Right? I don't get it. And then the whole thing with the Haitians, I mean, that's just sad. That's just sad that... Anyways. So, what do I do to stay sane? What do I do to keep my head together? Well, I don't really know. I don't really have the answer, except I do a lot of drawing. And I'm super excited as I prepare to go to Europe. I'm going to Paris. Oh my God, I'll be on a plane to Paris later today. I haven't been, I lived in Paris when I was in my 30s, I think it was. I was supposed to get married to a guy in San Francisco, and he ended up cheating on me, and I found him in bed with someone. So I took the money I had been saving for a wedding and went to Europe. Best decision of my life. Well, I've had some good decisions, but it was very, very, very exciting. What a thrill to go there. I think it was harder to travel back then. Exciting to travel, but like I was telling someone, like I had to try to get a hold of somebody, and I was like, had to make a phone call in a phone booth. Remember when you had to do all that? And then the phone calls, because no one makes phone calls anymore. In France, you have to speak French. Go figure. And I, of course, I butchered the language. I took some classes, but you can never, that's never enough. And as an American, it's never enough, right? And, so it was frustrating. I got wrong information. One time what happened, though, is I was in a phone booth and I was totally struggling with, like, how to get some information. And Rick Steves came walking by. Literally, Rick Steves. Yeah, that Rick Steves, one who just endorsed Kamala. He came walking by, and I stuck my head out. I said, "Hey, Rick, my name's Meagan. Can you help me?" And he was like, "Sure." So he jumps in the phone booth, and he gets on the phone, and he parlez-vous français and got me the information I needed. And I thanked him, and he went on his way, and I went on my way. And it was really a beautiful thing. I actually did see him one more time because he was leading a group that was in Paris. I wasn't doing his group, but I had studied his itinerary, so I was doing his itinerary, but on my own. So I guess he probably thought I was stalking him. I wasn't stalking him, but he did help me out in a phone booth in Paris once. Now it's a whole lot easier, right? I just feel like, I've downloaded all my apps and everything. Everything's in English, and you can purchase things in advance, and you can get all the information on your phone, right? You don't even have to talk to a Frenchman. But I hope to talk to a Frenchman and a French woman, right? I do. I hope to talk to a lot of people, right? I am making plans to have a workshop there in 2025. I've got got the agenda all figured out, and now I have to put boots on the ground, as they say, and like do the distance and see the logistics and see the prices, right? That's going to be the biggest difference. And thankfully, through the help of ChatGPT, I've had lots of research conversations with ChatGPT, and I already have an idea about prices on everything, even though prices are changing quickly, right? In everything, everywhere and everything. I do live in Mexico, and prices are going up here too, and sometimes it's a little shocking. But I know going to Paris, just like being in San Francisco, super shocked, right? super, super, super shocked. I mean, at the same time, people who live in those cities earn a higher dollar, right? Or a higher income. It's not just about the dollar. Is it? I don't know. Anyway, so I'm excited to take this on. I'm excited to enter into the European years. 1 year ago, I was in Ireland and, drawing seals and musicians and oh, no, not the leprechauns. Irish don't like you talking about the leprechauns. Just the beautiful landscape and all. And boy, my spiritual advisor, my tarot reader, said, "No, Ireland is not in the future for you." And I said, "Yes, it is." I said, "Yes, it is." Not right now. First, I'm going to go do Paris, right? Because I feel like Paris is a good jumping off point. Like New York, if you can do Paris, you can do anything. Kind of like Mexico City. Like in Mexico, if you can do Mexico City, you can do anything, right? Like I was quite afraid when I before I moved to Mexico City, like, oh, am I going to be able to cut this? Am I strong enough? Do I have the chops for Mexico City? Well, I don't know if I have the chops, and it is a difficult city to meet people. I don't have a strong network of people here. I love this city. I love it a lot, but I wouldn't say I don't have like great friends here or anything like that. I have acquaintances. I have better friends in San Miguel, but there's more opportunities here, right? Well, there's opportunities there. It's just different. Anyways, so I feel like if you can figure out how to get stuff done in Mexico City as a foreigner, I feel like I can do it anywhere, right? Because there's the language of hospitality, there's the language of business, there's the language of respect and love and admiration, right? And if you can master those, not even master them, if you can like do your best at those things, respect, admiration, that sort of thing, you can figure out anything, right? So I am leading with my heart, right? I'm going to finish big with a heart as a reminder to go easy on myself and easy on others. We are going into this American election beginning of November, right? So chances are it's only going to get more insane, and the news is just going to get even more bizarro, and those idiots, those MAGA idiots, are just going to keep doing stupid things to distract from the fact that they're out of their minds. And so we have to like take care, right? We have to take care, not lose hope, hang on to hope, do whatever you can to feel hopeful, even if that means shutting things down for a little while and sitting in a park and sitting next to a beautiful plant and out on the streets and having a gorgeous latte while you do a little drawing, just to kind of detach from the chaos of the world, because I mean it's always been chaotic, but it's just going to keep. This whole thing with Trump, man, is off the charts, and the dude's got to go for sure. He's got to go, but he's going to put up a huge batten down the hatches, man. Batten down the hatches, sit in the park, go look at the dogs. I'm going to draw some people today. I'm going to go teach my class. I'm going to pack up my bags and then go to the airport and then wake up in Paris, France. All right, everyone, stay sane out there. Finish big with the heart. Go easy on yourself and go easy on others. I will chime in next time with you from Paris, France. Okay, good day, everyone. Viva Mexico!